Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to this evening's webinar. This is the January edition of the Ask Mary and Pat Show, a production of Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation, Healthy Kids, Mississippi. We are so happy to be here with you tonight. We're also live on Facebook, Zoom, and YouTube. So please take a moment to go like and share the videos from our Facebook pages. Facebook page is Healthy Kids Mississippi. There you will find valuable information that will be shared tonight as well. Without further ado, I would like to bring on our wonderful hosts for tonight, Ms. Mary Finner and Ms. Pat Bogle. Ms. Mary Finner, Ms. Pat Bogle, it's in your hands.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
We are delighted to be here with you. And of course, we have quite a few questions already. If you have a question that you want to ask us, of course, I'm Pat.
And I'm Mary.
Okay. Well, we will go ahead and get things kicked off. Sister Finner, I will start. The first question that we have, we want to let our guests know we're delighted to have them with us. But our first question is, how long will my child be eligible for Medicaid? Okay. And the answer to that question is your child will be eligible for Medicaid as long as your family income doesn't exceed the income limits and up until age 19.
Okay, so the next question we have, when do I have to renew my children's Medicaid? You should renew your Medicaid annually, where you would have to, during normal circumstances, you would renew your Medicaid, your child's Medicaid annually. You should receive a renewal letter, a renewal notification letter from the Medicaid office that your renewal is due. You should get the letter at least 1 to 2 months prior to your renewal date. Make sure Medicaid has your new address if you move, because if they don't have your new address, the letter will go back and they will cut you off because it'll go back as not being able to receive it. So they don't forward mail.
Right. Okay. And our next question, let me see, I believe I see this one in the chat. Who actually qualifies for Medicaid and CHIP? Okay. Now, the answer to that question is children under the age of 19 are eligible for Medicaid, and parents that take care of the child or children and fall under the income limit. That parent must participate with child support, and I know you've heard about that before. Also, a caregiver relative can also qualify if they prove relationship to the child. Caregiver relatives must be within a certain degree of relationship to the child or the children and have primary responsibility for children under the age of 18. The adult caregiver must also cooperate with child support, just like a parent would, and they have to cooperate with the requirements. And for each child deprived due to parents' absence from the home, and must meet the low income requirements. Okay. There are other types of Medicaid programs, and you may contact your Medicaid office to see if you qualify for the other programs.
Also, when you're applying for Medicaid and they ask you to cooperate with child support, you have to be careful with that. If you decide not to cooperate in the beginning and then toward sometime or another you realize that you want to cooperate, it becomes a hassle, and you really have to contact the child support office and let them know that you're willing to contact. And it's not an easy thing. Willing to cooperate. And it's not an easy thing to switch from not cooperating to cooperating. So you really have to be careful when you first apply to really decide if this is what you want to do or not. A lot of parents change their mind in the process, but it's hard to get to that point from not cooperating to cooperating.
Yes.
Okay. Another question we have is SSI income counted toward my child's eligibility determination? The answer is no, SSI is not counted towards that. There are different types of Social Security payments that they have. They have Social Security disability, Social Security retirement, but Social Security income insurance, SSI, is not counted towards income for the child to be eligible for Medicaid. Also, child support payments are not counted. So if you're getting child support, those payments are not counted as well.
Okay. All right. Will Medicaid cover dental services for my children? That's another question that has been asked. Okay, and the answer to that is yes. We do have to let you know, though, CHIP will not cover braces, but Medicaid will. But both will cover dental services.
Okay. Another question we have is, this person wants to apply for Medicaid they went to apply for their Medicaid this week, but they took their child to the doctor the previous week before they had applied. And they wanted to know, and they paid for the service, and they wanted to know if they get reimbursed. Will they get reimbursed if their child gets approved for Medicaid? And the answer is yes, because you can apply for Medicaid to cover up to 3 months prior to the date of your application. So if you did take your child to the doctor and if you pay out of pocket, then you need to let Medicaid know. Once you get approved and it's approved for 3 months prior, then 3 months prior, it still has to go through the same type of income requirements, depending on what your income was 3 months prior to the application. Well, if you are approved, then you need to let them know, well, I took them to the doctor, I paid this bill. Or you can let the doctor's office know as well that you now have Medicaid. And between those two sources, you should be able to get reimbursed.
Right. But just remember, if you've taken your child to the doctor within the past 3 months prior to the date that you're applying, Medicaid can, but you have to let them know. Medicaid can go back and pick up those up to 3 months.
Correct.
Okay. Let me see. Will my child's Medicaid cover will my child's Medicaid cover the child if there is a need for counseling due to emotional and or mental health issues? And with the pandemic going on now and for the last couple of years with children doing virtual in classrooms and online classes, that's really been a struggle. And even just with the pandemic in general, affecting relatives, they've lost relatives, friends, and it's really been kind of rough on the family, the children. And so mental health issues they're circulating all over the place. So we want to let you know that the answer is yes, Medicaid will cover mental health, okay? And this is as long as the child or the children are receiving Medicaid or are Medicaid eligible at the time of service.
Okay, let me check. It's another question that we have, and this seems like people would know, but this is a common question. How do I apply for Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. And sometimes they don't want to go into the office because of the pandemic, and at one particular time the offices were closed, but they have a way that you can apply. You either can go into your local Medicaid office and apply, but you also can go online to medicaid.ms.gov. And you can apply that way. Also, with our program, we're a Healthy Kids Mississippi Assisters. So we can also help you to apply online by completing the application form with you while you're on the phone with us, or we can do it in paper with a paper copy. And if we do it with the paper copy, we are willing to drop the application off for you at the Medicaid office. So whichever you prefer, we can help you in any way to apply for Medicaid. And also submitting information that's needed as well.
And Sister Finner, one of the things, once we complete the application, sometimes the consumer will contact us and want to know if they're eligible. I mean, no, have they been approved? But we complete the application. We help with the application. We don't make the determination whether you're approved or denied. So we want to let you know that. Okay. And let me see. There's a question. What do I do after the Medicaid assister has completed the Medicaid application with me and it has been submitted? Okay. And the answer is the consumer will receive a letter from the Medicaid office if additional information is needed to process your case. Okay. Sometimes a Medicaid worker that has been assigned to your case may call as well, but you will always receive a letter to inform you if additional information is needed and how long you have to submit the information before they can process your case. Now, so one of the main things is, once we've completed your application, now if you're working or if you receive any kind of income, it's just very important to just go ahead and get that together. So, that won't prolong the determination of your eligibility.
And that's why some people get denied. It's because they do not submit the additional information that's needed.
Right.
You have to submit it, and you have to submit it timely, because they're allowed so long before they have to close the case if you have not submitted the information. So you do need to, once you receive the letter or the phone call, then you really need to submit the information that's needed right away.
Okay. We do have a few more questions. I believe we have some in the chat, but we do want to make mention that if you have any questions, just go ahead and place them in the chat. And then if you're on Facebook Live, you can enter your question and we will do our best to answer for you, okay? Now,
Okay. What is the appeal process if I wish to appeal if my children have been denied Medicaid? If you want to appeal, in some instances, you cannot appeal. It's just, that's it. But if you feel like there's a reason, maybe they didn't get your information, maybe that day, and they still denied you, even though you sent the information, those type of things, and something about your income. So if you want to appeal, you need to contact the Medicaid office in Jackson, www.ms.medicaid.gov. And they will, on that website, they can lead you through how to appeal and what you can appeal, because everything is not an appeal situation. But what you can appeal and how you appeal, just go to the website and it's an explanation on there.
okay. Now, this question, it doesn't relate to Medicaid. However, it's very important for you to know, okay? how do I go about getting the COVID test kit? Okay. And what is the recommended mask to use as protection against the Omicron virus? Okay. And that answer is the KN95. Okay. And the N95. They have been recommended. And in order to get the COVID test kits, you must request them online. You have to go online to request them. And that website is, or that link is www.covidtest.gov. Okay. Again, that's www.covidtest.gov. And of course, when they first released the information, there were a lot of people going on their cell phones and their computers and signing up for the COVID test. So there may be a little backlog, you know, we don't really know exactly when to expect them, but we do know that, again, there's been a backlog and you may be delayed in trying to get into the link, but go ahead and do that if you have not. Go to that link, www.covidtest.gov.
Okay, another thing that we want to, that's not related to Medicaid, but we want parents to know, to be on the lookout for the IRS form 6419. That has already been sent, but it has to do with your child tax credit that you have been receiving. And so you really need to have that form before you file your taxes. If not, then it might create some problem for you when it's time for you to get your refund. So you really need to have that form. Also, the earned income credit and the child tax credit are two different things, but they all work together to help us with our refund, but it's entirely two different things.
Right. Make sure that you're on the lookout for that form. It's form 6419. And another thing that's not related is the earned income credit and also the child tax credit. Now, these are two different things, but they all work together to magnify your overall refund, okay? And unfortunately, it won't help me, but it
Me
will
either.
it will definitely help you. So make sure that you talk to your tax preparer about the earned income credit and also the child tax credit.
And we want to let you know that Oak Hill Regional CDC has provide free income tax preparation. It's through VITA. So if you need income tax information, if you need to file your income tax, and it's free, it's something that we do that is free. You do not have to pay anything at all. And we have people that are professional tax preparers that could help you with filing your taxes. And you can contact the office, and the number is 662-298-3594. Is that the right number? 3594 for the
Yeah.
dates that you can come in.
Okay.
584.
84, that's what I thought, 84.
584. Okay.
662-298-3584.
Right.
If you need help with filing your income tax. And it's a free service, and there are professionals that has been trained to file taxes. So you don't have to worry about that. But and they're also aware of the new form, the 6419 form that you need to process your taxes. So some people may not know. Some of the people that you may have used in the past your friends, your cousins, your aunt, in order to get your taxes prepared. They may not know about the form, so it's best to try to find a professional. And we at Oak Hill have a service that we do file. We do help with filing your taxes through VITA.
Okay. And I see a question in the chat, and is there an income limit to be able to get your taxes through VITA completed free of charge? Is that the question?
I was hoping one of the VITA assistants were on so that they could.
The income level is $58,000.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. And there's another question.
Oh,
Okay.
you can go ahead. Go ahead, Pat.
Okay, Ms. Berta Taylor, she stated that you can, okay, where did it go?
You can call 211 in your area, and it should be able to let you know where you can go for the VITA tax preparation.
Okay. Right. Okay. And I believe Sister Lottie Minor, our project director, she is on the call with us. Now, I'm not sure if she will be able to come on, but we would like to ask her to come on so she can introduce herself and kind of give us some more, give you some more pointers on the 6419 form and also VITA. Sister Minor,
Sister Boga,
how are you?
I'm okay. So, you guys have really already said what needs to be said about VITA. Did a good job of saying it. The name stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. And as both of you ladies have stated, there is a team of volunteers available to assist you with your taxes. Income limit, I don't have it in front of me, I believe it's 56,000, 57,000, something like that. Anyone who does not make more than that amount can come and receive the free service. We do not charge anything for it. This is a program where United Way, partnering with the IRS, and we are trained by the Internal Revenue Service. So these are not just folks who show up, start doing taxes. And this is something that we have been doing for many, many years, probably I think eight or 9 years now. There are many locations like ours across the area, so we encourage you, if you are near us, or even if you're not near us, some people just know someone that's affiliated with us and they prefer to come to our location, but you can go anywhere that has the word VITA, V-I-T-A, and that means that the individuals there have been trained, and we do it safely. We know that we are in a pandemic, so it is a drop-off system. You drop off your paperwork, you may come back and get it at a designated time, and the process while it is being worked on in communication with you as a consumer. If there are other questions or concerns or documents that we need from you, but again, it is totally free. Nothing comes out of your refund for us, unlike those fly-by-night tax preparers, where if your refund is $600, they charge you $300, you only get $300. They take theirs off the top. So none of that. It's totally free from trained professionals. I will not try to elaborate on the form. I do not have all my notes in front of me, but I would suggest, as the ladies have said, if you have specific questions, you can call 662-298-3584. Our VITA nights are Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then Saturday morning. Someone will be happy to help you. That's all I have. Were there any specific questions for me while I'm unmuted?
I would like for you to acknowledge our director.
Okay, all right. So Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation is is a parent organization. Let me say it that way. It's the umbrella for Healthy Kids Mississippi, which sponsored this particular webinar tonight. And Healthy Kids Mississippi focuses on Medicaid and CHIP for eligible children and parents. It is also the umbrella for Get Covered Mississippi, which does outreach, education, and enrollment for the Affordable Care Act and the associated year-round services, which are called Coverage to Care. We are physically located at 1775 Memphis Street, on the premises of the Hill Hernando Baptist Church. There's no affiliation necessarily between the two, but we are there on that site. And we have a team of paid folks as well as a team of volunteers to assist you with these various things, including VITA. Like he mentioned, that VITA ties directly into your insurance. If you are applying for coverage through the marketplace, Get Covered Mississippi or Obamacare or ACA, whichever one you want to call it, you know, there are tax implications there because you want to make sure that you put your income down correctly. So we acknowledge tonight our board chair, Ms. Jennifer Garrett. We acknowledge our executive director, Dr. Michael Miner, yours truly, your project director. And of course, these two lovely ladies are two members of our leadership team. There are several others, but Mr. Boga and Mr. Benner are the folks who are our resident experts for Medicaid and CHIP. And then finally, of course, one other team member that I'd be remiss if I did not mention is Brother Thomas Duke Robinson, who is our metrics and technology director. And he is responsible for the wheels of steel tonight, making sure that we are coming through live and in living color on Facebook, Zoom, and YouTube, I believe. I believe we're on YouTube tonight. So we encourage you, if you have your questions about the service we offer, give us a call. And we will do our best to answer your questions. If it's something that we don't do, we have a plethora of resources. We can refer you out to someone that can help.
Thank you. Thank you. And again,
Thank
we
you
just
so
want,
much.
and again, we just want to let you know that we as sisters, our goal is just to help people get covered. And of course, we complete the application with you over the phone, and we submit it online. And of course, afterwards, we just want you to be mindful to watch your mail, because Medicaid will send you your letter of approval or denial. And do we have any more questions? I know we went through those pretty quickly. And we do want to thank, again, Thomas Robertson. He has guided us through on this evening, as well as Dr. Michael Miner. And we appreciate you so much for your assistance with Ask Mary and Pat. And we want to thank everyone for tuning in and logging on tonight, and for all of your questions and your comments. We appreciate you. And Sister Fenner, do you have anything?
No. Oh, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. Thanks, Sister Minor, for piping in and giving us some additional information that we needed. And also Thomas Robertson. I started to call him by the name we call him by.
Right.
For assisting us, and he's always there when we need him, and I appreciate that.
Right. Is there anything that we need to go back over just to highlight in case someone came on late and missed some of the answers to the questions? Sister Fenner, could you just go over some of the questions? Do you have them written down?
I do. And in case somebody wants, when they hear a question and they want us to repeat the answer, we can. We talked about how the eligibility for your child to get Medicaid. We also talk about the renewal process for the children's Medicaid or CHIP program. We talked about who qualifies for Medicaid or CHIP or how you can qualify. We talked about what income is not counted, which is SSI, and child support payments are not counted toward eligibility for your child. Also, we talked about the dental services that Medicaid covers dental and orthodontics, but CHIP does not cover orthodontics, but they do cover regular dental services. And also, we have, if you took your child the week prior or month prior to you getting approved for Medicaid or applying for Medicaid, you can apply 3 months prior to the date of your application for Medicaid. Also, we talked about the mental health issues. During the pandemic, you know, lots been going on, a lot of changes as far as school and people,
Lifestyle.
right, the lifestyle, the people getting sick with, and you may have some type of child may be going through some type of mental health issue, and Medicaid does cover mental health issues for your child. Also, we talked about how to apply for Medicaid. You can go online or go through us at Oak Hill Regional, and we'll help you over the phone, online. We'll do an online application for you. Also, what happens after the Medicaid has been, if the Medicaid application, after it's been submitted, what's the next step? And you should receive a letter. If there's additional information that's needed, you will get a letter from the Medicaid office telling you what you need to submit and how soon you need to submit it in order for them to process your case. We talked about the appeal process, that you go through the actual Medicaid website to find out about the appeal process. That's www.ms.medicaid.gov. We talked about the N95 mask and the KN95 mask that's been recommended, and www.covidtest.gov is where you go to request your COVID test. Also, we need everyone to look out for the 6419 form when you get ready to file your taxes. And that's it. And I did see another question in the chat, and it asked about eye doctor appointments are provided too with CHIP. So you can go to your eye doctor as well to get for Medicaid or CHIP program for your child. And the CHIP program, now with Medicaid, some parents are eligible to receive Medicaid because their child is under the age of 19, but CHIP does not cover parents. That's just the Children's Health Insurance Program. So it's strictly for children. And that's all that we covered tonight.
Yes.
Also, you can contact Oak Hill Regional Community Development Center if you need additional information, or if you need additional information about the VITA program, the Vital Income Tax Preparation Program. You can give us a call at 662-298-3584. And there you can ask further questions about Medicaid, about VITA, or any other questions that you need to get answered.
All right. Are there any other questions, or did we answer everything that you needed to know, even with the questions that were provided on tonight?
And also, if you think of something later after we get off the air and something, you can always call us at the office and
Yes.
ask your questions there as well.
Yes. And of course, feel free to share. The recording is going to be released after we conclude the Ask Mary and Pat. So if you want to share it, so you may have family members or friends that need to know this information and you may not be able to explain it to them, you can have them to tune in and they'll get to hear all the answers to the questions we provided on tonight.
Sister Bogan,
Yes.
I just want to say real quickly, when you were talking about sharing the information, I plead with people to share this, even if there's someone that's not going to watch the presentation in its entirety. Just tell people by word of mouth that there's a
Yeah.
way to get their taxes done. Sometimes you got to just cut to the chase because you see too many people this time of year throwing their money away, throwing good money after bad during tax season. And it's not our concern what they do with their refunds and all that, but it is our concern that their taxes are done right. It's our duty to help people get that right on the front end. There's too many people going back trying to figure stuff out after it's already been messed up. So this is a free, legitimate, government certified way, confidential, to get this done, to get it done right. Your refund goes straight to your bank. We don't see it, we don't touch it, we don't know anything about it except how much it is. So please share this. This is something that is needed in communities of color, well, in all disadvantaged communities. People that don't have anything a lot of times, that have children's fees, are the ones who end up getting messed over the most by fly-by-night tax preparers, and even on the insurance side, by unscrupulous brokers. Not every broker is unscrupulous. I'm not saying that at all. There are some that are very legit. We've all dealt with good insurance agents. We got to remember that in situations involving your children's insurance, you don't even have to go through that, where there's people like us who will assist you with it at no cost to you. That's all I have.
Exactly. Thank you, Sister Minor. And again, we want to thank Thomas Robertson, our engineer, for such a great job. And Thomas, do you have any comments or questions?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay. And yes, we are delighted. We're delighted to be able to present this to you. I see in the chat, Ms. Taylor just wanted to thank us. She said there was some great information shared. And we appreciate you just tuning in and being with us on tonight. So at this time, we're going to turn it over to our engineer. And unless Dr. Minor is here with us, I don't believe he's, I don't think he's here with us. But anyway, we're going to turn it over to Thomas Robertson, and he will close out this month's edition of Ask Mary and Pat. I think he's kind of busy on tonight. Now he's a man that wears many hats.
Yes, he does.
I think Dr. Minor is teaching a class.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I think he must be doing something because usually he chimes in very quickly.
Yes.
We'll give him an opportunity, and if he doesn't, I will go ahead and close it out.
Okay.
So, Brother Brother Tom, Mr. Robinson.
Hey, Susan Minor, you can close it out.
Look, after I called him by all of his names, he knew
Right.
I was referring to him. I'm sorry I butchered your name, but you knew I was talking to you. So again, we thank you all for joining us tonight. Again, a reminder, this is a production of Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation, and we thank our two resident experts, who have helped us so much with CHIP and Medicaid. If you have other questions that arise, you don't have to wait until the Mary and Pat show. You can always call us 662-298-3584, and someone will be happy to assist you. We are there every day, Monday through Friday, and Mondays and Tuesdays 9 to 5, Wednesdays and Thursdays 9 to 7, Fridays 9 to 5, and Saturdays 10 to 1. And we do work by appointment for individuals who really desire that one-on-one. So again, we acknowledge Jennifer Garrett, our board chair, Dr. Michael Miner, our executive director. I'm Lottie Miner, your project director. Ms. Boga, Ms. Fenner, we thank you for sharing this information. For those of you who are viewing us again on Facebook, Zoom, and YouTube, we thank you for being with us, and we ask you to just continue to share this information widely so that people can get the resources they need. All right, we're going to sign off. You'll hear from us again at the end of February. I believe the date is February. Somebody's going to have to help me with the date. The last Monday in February.
February 28th.
February 28th. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be same time,